I feel like every time I go to make a video, someone calls me. And then it's just like, why? Why do I even try to tell a long story if I'm just going to get interrupted? But, and nobody has, you know, really started watching my videos yet. But I don't care. I'm going to do it anyways. So this time I wanted to talk a little bit and tell you guys something. So I'm just going to tell you and try to, instead of trying to explain what I'm going to tell you, I'm just going to tell you, cut right to the chase, which is what I'm not doing by doing what I'm doing. Anyways, my mom has this woman who comes to her house, which is where I am staying currently at the moment. And every time this woman is like 60 something, I don't really know. But yeah, anyway, she comes over, and every time she comes over, my mom tells her that I'm vegan. Every time. Like, I've literally had this conversation with my mom and this woman 3 times. And it's like, it's never ending. Anyways, so this woman comes over, and she's talking to my mom, and I come into the room, usually, and my mom goes, oh yeah, Ashley's a vegan. And this woman, you know, every time, it's kind of funny, but every time she's like surprised, and she goes, what's vegan? And my mom goes, she doesn't eat nothing that comes from animals. And she'll be like, tell her, Ashley, tell her. And it's funny. It's just, it's humorous to me because I've done it 3 times. And I don't know if it's like, they just like bringing it up and talking about it, or they really both just forget that we've had this conversation. So I tell her, I was like, I don't eat meat, milk, cheese, butter, eggs, honey, none of it. You know, anything that comes from an animal, I don't eat. And the woman's just like, oh my gosh. So what do you eat? And I tell her, you know, I eat rice, potatoes, vegetables, fruits, legumes, peanut butter. I love peanut butter. Orange juice, you know. Just what do I not eat, really? Because animal products aren't really supposed to be food for us anyways. So, you know, like, you know, I eat so much. I eat a lot. And my mom will tell her that. She'll be like, she's like, and you should see this girl eat. She can eat. And I have a bowl that I like to eat out of. Like, anything I make at home, I eat out of the bowl. Because it's just like, why not? You know, I like the bowl. It's like, oh, it's like that big. Anyways, it's a bigger bowl. It's not like, somebody who eats animal products obviously is going to think it's a big portioned bowl, but for anybody who doesn't, then you understand that we are supposed to eat a lot of food. And my mom will show her the bowl, and she'll be like, this is the bowl she eats out of. And she's like, she'll have it heaping full of rice. And the woman just doesn't like rice. I guess she doesn't like rice. And then my mom, this is the part that I want to get to. Then my mom says, you know, yes, you know, we didn't raise Ashley like this. This is a choice Ashley made. And it's just so ridiculous to me. Like, I mean, the way that people categorize it, it's like, they like separate themselves from it. They're like, we didn't do this to her. She made this decision. You know, like, it's just funny. I don't know. It's just like, they like separate themselves from me because I am a vegan, and it's like, I don't know, they just, I guess I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say. They give me the credit for something that's like we should all be doing. I don't know. I don't know how I wanted to portray this in a certain way, and the story is just, it cracks me up so much. I can't take it. I can't take it, because I've literally, and I'm sure that tomorrow or the next day she's gonna come over and we'll have the same conversation. But yeah, they just say, you know, and I get what they're saying. My mom, like, even if I talk about dating. Because I tried to date somebody who, I was seeing that little, I was like, is there an iPad up there? But there's not. It's just the reflection from the window. Yeah, I have tried dating somebody who isn't vegan. And when I first went vegan, I was like kind of insulted at the fact that other vegans were like, oh, don't date non-vegans. Because, you know, I felt kind of bad for them. You know, I was a non-vegan once. I was a non-vegan once. And so it just like made me think that, you know, if I met somebody and I thought I loved them, then why not date them? Why not try to help them make the transition? And now that I've been through that situation, I understand why not. Because, for one, if somebody doesn't want it and you want it for them more than they want it, they're gonna resent you for it. Even if you give them the proof, you hand them the proof, and it's just not enough. It's not enough unless that person really wants that, you know, because I made the choice because I educated myself, and I thought that's all that needed to be done to see so clearly what should be done. And it's really not, because like I said, I dated somebody who wasn't vegan, and I handed them all the information. I was like, here, read this, and he would read it, and look at this evidence, and he would see, oh yeah. You know, I remember one time we were sitting at in a Chinese restaurant, a cheap Chinese food restaurant, and I was eating fried rice, and I was like, yeah, I love fried rice. And he was eating like sesame chicken and all of these things, and I never force anybody to do what I want them to do. You know, you are your own boss, and you are in charge of your life. So who am I to come in and force you to do something that you don't want to do? That's the way I was looking at it. And I let him do what he wanted to do, but I also gave him the information saying, look here. And that's exactly what I did. He was sitting there eating his Chinese food. And, you know, it's hard when you're a vegan and you're with a non-vegan. It really is, because you have just conflicting interests the whole entire time. You're like, I like this person, but they're literally eating, they're not seeing the world the way that you have come to understand that it is, you know, like, it's so conflicting that it's damn near impossible to be on the same page as that person when that person is just blind to everything you have come to realize. So I got on my phone and I was looking, you know, I found some credited source, and I showed him, and it said something like, meat eaters are known to have high risk of heart disease and stroke and high cholesterol, and the list goes on, and as you know. And I showed him this, and he was reading it, and he's just like, you could see he pushed his food away, and he's like, I don't want to eat, you know, after reading the truth. And, oh, sorry. I'm sitting on the floor. It's getting uncomfortable. And so, yeah, he would, you know, push his food aside, and, you know, it makes you feel good, because you feel like, you know, you're really getting to this person. They're really starting to understand. They're gonna see the light. And then it was just like, the next day, just shoveling shit in his face, and it's just like, you know, what happened to, you know, you don't want to eat that because you literally just read that it leads to damn near all the major diseases that we are currently dying from. And it's just like, it doesn't matter. The truth, it doesn't matter to some people. And I know that sounds really bad, and it sounds like I'm just being harsh, but it's really the truth, you know, like, because I know it, I've lived it. I was in a relationship, and I gave him, like I said, I gave him the information damn near 24/7. And when he turned around, like, you try not to push and push and push and push, but it's hard because you know what's happening to that person, what that food is doing to their body, what they are doing to the bodies of the animals they're eating, you know, the suffering and pain and just the unnecessary sacrifice of innocent lives that's going on, you know, the harsh treatment, the abuse, the abuse that you're not only doing to them by paying for that company to enslave them, but also the abuse you're doing to your own body, you know, that's not good for you. And it doesn't matter, you know, like I said, unless that person wants to not only see the truth, but act upon the truth, it's not going to change, you know. And so now, after a year, I spent a whole year with him. After a whole year of trying to change somebody, trying to help them see the light, trying to force them to see the light, date vegans. Date vegans is what I'm trying to say. I understand now. I understand that you cannot go and date somebody. You can. It's just, I can't do it. I can't. I would try to help him, and I would get him on a good track, or he would get himself on a good track with me, you know, probably stabbing him with an annoyance stick. But, and then it's like I turn my back, and my family would tell me he went and ate a plate of fucking chicken wings, you know, or whatever, of animal products. And it's just like, and then turn around and try to eat with me as if he didn't really eat. And it's like, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You can't, I won't date another non-vegan. I won't do it. I need somebody to push me, you know. I need somebody to push me and to say, this is where you're at, and this is where we want to be. This is where you want to be, and I'm going to help you get there. Whether, you know, your lazy ass is sitting on the couch having a day or not, you know. I want to be able to, oh, I just burped. It was gross. I want to be able to strive for better instead of trying to throw somebody on my back and carry them up a mountain, you know. Like, you can only lead a horse to water. And I want somebody to help try to lead me to where I want to go. You know, I want to have somebody driven, you know, to help me strive for better and help me strive for the things I want to do. And when you date a non-vegan, it's so hard. It was so hard for me. I'm kind of getting lost about what I was talking about, because I don't quite remember, but yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I used to think that people were being really harsh on Instagram and social media when they were like, don't date non-vegans, or eventually, and somebody, the carved up vegan, he's like English or something, I don't remember. He's from England, I think. He has like an accent. He had posted it, and I had saw it on there, and I was talking to him about it, and he goes, and this is when I was dating the guy, he told me, he's like, well, one day you're gonna want him to change or to be a vegan. And I said, well, yeah, you know, well, yeah, because why the fuck not, you know? It doesn't make any sense not to be. And I said, well, yeah. And he goes, and what if he doesn't? And what if he doesn't? And look where I am now. He never did. I mean, he made it seem like he wanted to, but the whole freaking time, but he didn't actually want to, and it was obvious the longer I was with him. It took me a whole year, but I'm single again, so you can obviously see that that didn't last. You can't date somebody who doesn't believe in the same things you do. And even if they say, if they're not acting, if they're not living the way that, you know, you live, if you believe those things, then it's not going to work out. It's just not going to work out. And I see that now. So if you're not vegan, don't come around me. Don't come around me, because I don't want you. And I know that sounds harsh, but it's true. I don't want to date a non-vegan. I don't want to marry. I don't want to get, I don't know if I want to get married in general, but I don't want to have a relationship with you. Not ever. Nope, I don't. So, just kick rocks. I think this has gone on for long enough. I just wanted to rant, I guess. I don't know what the heck the story about my mom and that lady was about. It is pretty funny that I'm probably going to have the same conversation with them again. There was more of a point I was going to make with that story, but I forgot it, so I'm just going to leave this video the way it is. Don't you like this sweater? I like this sweater too. Yeah, so I guess, you know, just peace. I always do this to everyone. You know, this is like my little thing. When I see people, like, people wave, and I'm like, yeah. Because to me, like, that means veganism. Like, look at that. Why do you think the peace sign starts with a V? Why? Why do you think?